Yes, good morning, students. And I'm Sir PJ Pazon, your lecturer for Statistics and Probability. And welcome to our class again. And so I hope you have a good time to listen and watch this lecture today. So it's week 3, no? So in this lesson, we're going to compute the mean of a discrete probability distribution. So ito yung magiging topic natin for week 3. So I hope malinaw na yung week 1 and 2 because we're going to use that information to, okay, to compute the mean, okay, sa ating week 3. So sabi ko nga, nakaraan, may connection lahat to hanggang week 4. Okay, from lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4 basically. And so, yeah, so before we start, we would like to introduce to you the learning outcomes that you should be able to learn at the end or throughout this module. So first one, we're going to illustrate and calculate the mean of the discrete random variable. So we're just focusing about the discrete random variable. Ayan, kasi nga they are countable basically. And then we're going to interpret the mean of a discrete random variable. So kung napag-compute na ba tayo ng mean, ano ba yung ibig sabihin nun? So anong interpretation ng mean na yun? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Okay? And the last one, we're going to solve problems involving mean of a probability distribution. Ayan. So yun yung mga abangan natin na sana ma-achieve natin throughout this discussion. Okay, so before we start, I have first a recap or a short review regarding the lesson 2. So in the lesson 2, na-discuss doon yung discrete probability distribution kung saan daw nag-a-assign lang tayo or nag-assume tayo ng different random variables and the corresponding probabilities of the values. Kinagkaroon tayo ng dalawang table doon. Okay, so nag-assign lang tayo doon. Okay, so paano na-assign natin yun? Using the information that we learned, okay, from the lesson 1. Then diniscuss din doon yung apat na steps. So basically, unang step is to determine the sample space, kung anong gagamitin natin, kung toss coin ba yan, head or tail ba yung kukunin natin, kung bola man yan, anong color, diba? So ay yung mga example ng sample space basically. Pagdating sa math, okay, ang tawag natin sa mga gagamitin natin na kumbaga sa science, pag experiment materials yung tawag, pagdating dito sample space yung tawag. Tapos kung anong i-determine natin. Okay? For step 2, we're going to count the number of blue balls. So, okay, depende ito sa kung anong nakuha mong sample space. So, yung ginamit natin sample space dito is about the balls. So, ano bang kukunin natin sa mga balls na yan? Depende kung anong color. Okay? So, bibilangin natin kung ilan yung color. Depende sa sample space. Bibilangin natin kung ilan yung heads, bilangin kung ilan yung tails. Depende sa sample space natin. Kung ilan yung outcomes niya. Then mag-a-assign tayo ng number to this outcome. Then step 3 natin, we're going to assign probability values. Ayan, or P of Z or P of X. Depende kung anong probability natin. Depende yan sa problem. It should always given by the problem at nakaangkla dapat kayo doon. Nakadepende kayo sa problem. Okay? To each value of the random variable. And the last one, ang ginawa nyo ay nag-construct kayo ng histogram. So, paano ba mag-construct ng histogram? Basically, babalikan natin yung algebra natin kung saan meron tayong horizontal and vertical axis. Ayan. So, sa vertical natin, doon natin ilalagay yung ating probability. While the horizontal axis naman, doon natin ilalagay yung ating random variables. At si histogram again ay isang uri siya ng bar graph kung saan dikit-dikit siya. Okay? So, si bar graph kasi basically may space. So, si histogram is dikit-dikit siya. At the same time, it's still a bar. Okay? It's part of a bar graph. Okay, so I hope malinaw na sa inyo yun, no? Yung paggawa na yan, yung apat na steps na yan. So, based dun sa mga pinasa nyo, no? Parang magaling naman na kayo sumunod sa steps. Okay, at I think you learned a lot, no? Learned something. Yes. Then, doon din, diniscuss din yung dalawang properties ng probability distribution, basically. So, kung paano natin siya ma-identify na probability distribution siya. So, may dalawang property tayong diniscuss doon. Una daw, dapat daw yung kada isang probability or yung P of X natin, it should be between, okay, or equal to 0 and 1. Therefore, hindi dapat siya lalagpas ng 1 at hindi rin dapat siya magkaroon ng negative. Okay, sa ating probability para masabi natin siyang probability distribution. At ang pangalawang property, dapat daw ipag-add natin lahat ng probability sa sum up natin lahat, it should be equal to 1. So if it's clear sa inyo, no, for the previous lesson natin, lesson 2, kasi magagamit natin yun hanggang lesson 3 and lesson 4. It's applicable. Okay? Connection sila sa isa. Okay. So, ayan yung discussion natin for ano no for module 2 nyo. So proceed tayo sa module 3 natin. So dito basically once we are talking about the mean, okay, so mga previous lesson nyo, no, study nyo sa mathematics na I know na marunong na kayo mag compute ng mean basically sa grades pa lang natin. Kung grade conscious kayo, basically ano paano ginagawa yun, ina-add lang yun, din divide, ayun yung mean. Okay? So, ayun yung mga alam kong may background na kayo kung paano kumuha ng mean, tapos kung paano si interpret, di ba? Basically, yung mga example na ay tinatawag na applicable lang yun sa group and group data. Okay. So, the same time, matuto kayo paano kumuha ng mean tsaka ng variance. So in this lesson, you will learn how to compute the mean and variance of a discrete probability distribution naman. So iba naman tong group sa ungroup at the same time doon sa tinatawag nating discrete random variables. Okay, so you will also learn how to interpret the mean and the variance of the discrete probability distribution. So ibig sabihin si mean pala at si variance hindi lang siya applicable sa group and group. Okay, na mas common na ating alam. So sa statistics and probability, si mean ay na-identify siya or nakakalculate din based on the discrete probability distribution. Okay. So simulan natin. So paano ba nagsimula itong mga ano na to, yung discrete random variables na to, yung probability distribution. So mathematician usually consider the outcomes of a coin toss as a random event. Okay, basically pag nag-ano tayo, di ba? Nag-toss coin tayo, it's a random. Hindi naman natin maalalaman na head yun or tail, depende yan. So, ano natin yan, hindi natin mapipredict yun. Pero pag isang coin lang, basically, dalawa na lang, 50-50 lang yun, di ba? Okay, basically, one half, kaya sabing 50-50 siya. So, half-half yun na pwedeng head, pwedeng tail, basically. Yan. So, it's impossible or not possible to predict with 100% certainty with the outcome will occur. So, basically, hindi naman natin talaga alam na, no, hindi tayo sigurado na ay head to, ay tail to. Basically, 50-50 yan. Okay. But the new studied this question is theory. During the World War II, a South African mathematician named Jan Carriage, nagtoss siya daw ng coin 10,000 times. Okay. Habang nandun siya sa kulungan. So parang bored siya. So nagkaroon daw siya ng ano na nag-try siyang mag-toss ng coin ng 10,000 times. Okay? So, pero yung ginawa niya yun is wala siya. Unfortunately, the result of his experiment were never recorded. Okay. So, in this lesson, you will learn how to determine the likeness of the happening of an event. So, kung paano ba nangyari, ano ba yung kinalaman dun sa event na ginawa ni John Carriage? Okay, dito sa statistics and probability. So, basically, yun yung tutunan sana natin, no, at this module. Ayan. So, example. So, example tayo. So, the number of spots, okay, considering a rolling a die. Ano ba yung rolling a die? Baka mamaya magulat kayo, no? Rolling a die. Ano ba sabihin ng rolling a die? Mamaya sasabihin nyo, gumugulong na patay. Okay, misinterpretation lang yan. Basically, guys, die is a term or a singular term for dice. So, alam niyo naman naglalaro kayo ng dice, di ba? Siguro ngayon lang malaman na, ay, singular pala yung die. Alam ko yung die, other term, okay? The same spelling, the same pronunciation, but different meaning. Kasi sabi natin, word is a dynamic. Yan, English na tayo dito. A word is a dynamic. So, pwedeng magka-pares ng spelling, pares ng pronunciation, but different meaning. So, die means singular term for dice. Si dice kasi is ginagamit sa plural. Pag two or more die yung ginamit natin, dice na yung tawag. So, baka namali tayo ng gamit natin, ng mga kabataan natin na, oy, laro tayo ng dice pero isa lang yung ginamit nyo. Di ba? It should be die only. Okay, singular lang, isa lang yan. So, pag dice is two or more, I hope it's clear na. So sa ating experiment, our activity, we're going to roll a die. So basically, isang die lang to. Okay? Isang ano lang yan. And die lang kasi. So, we're going to know what is the average number of the spots that would appear. So, nakita naman yata kayo ng die, no? Kasi ito yung itsura niya. So, meron siyang 6 sides, equal sides, but different number of spots. Okay? Kung napapansin niyo isang die, yan, no? Na meron siyang sides na magkakaiba ng number of spots. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hanggang 6 lang yun maximum niya. So, ayun yung niya, mga number of spots. So, aalamin natin kung ano yung average number na lalabas o anong number of spots yung ano, yung madalas na lumalabas. Okay? Basically, once we're talking about the average, is talk about mean. Okay? So, the following activity will help you in answer this question. So, para ma-solve natin yan, para masagot natin yung question na yan, kung ilan yung average. So, kailangan natin dapat gawin yung rolling a die. Dati, gawin natin siya. Execute natin yung rolling a die. Execute na yan. Hindi yan yung katulad sa ML na spell mo na execute. Hindi yan ganun na. Pag may execute, we're going to perform. Ayan, other terms to perform, to apply. Okay? Parang ganun siya. Okay. So, paano ba yan? Paano natin masosolve yan? So, we have here a solution. So, meron din tayong steps na sinusunod. First one, we're going to construct the probability distribution for the random variable representing the number of spots that would appear. So, dito, i-represent natin siya as x. Okay. Yun yung number of spots na lalabas pag nag-roll tayo ng die. So basically ganyan. So number of spots natin, di ba? Meron tayo kanina sinabi natin 6 yung side noon. We have different number of spots. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So pag nag-roll tayo ng die, ano ba yung mga probability natin? Ano yung mga probability? So basically, tagwa 1 lang yun. So hindi naman pwedeng umulit, no? Okay, pwede siyang umulit. Pero sabi nga natin sa lesson 1, pag umulit siya, hindi na natin siya i-consider na possible outcome. So, ano mga possible outcome? So, basically, tag-iisa lang. Tama? So, isang beses lang si 1, isang beses lang si 2, isang beses lang si 3, 4, 5, and 6. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng probability na 1/6. Ang galing to si 6? Yan yung total outcomes. Okay, number of spots. Ilan ba lahat? Posibleng lalabas. So, 6. So, what is the 1 representation? Ilang beses lumabas yung 1? Isang beses lang yun, syempre. Kasi pag nag-roll ulit tayo na bumalik si 1, hindi natin siya i-consider na panibagong record. Isang beses lang yan. Then, pag nag-roll ulit tayo, kung si 2, bilangin natin. So, 1 lang din. So, basically, lahat sila ay 1/6. Okay? Yun yung probability natin. So, balikan natin yung ating properties. Sa tingin nyo ba, nasunod niya? Ang ating properties. Kada value ba ng probability ay between 0 and 1? Tingnan natin, 1 divided by 6. Ilan ba yung sagot sa 1 divided by 6? Basically, pag i-round off natin for 2 decimal places, we have 0.17. Lahat yan. Okay? 0.17. Okay, kada isa. Dahil para-paras lang yan. So, basically, pag isasum natin lahat yan is nasa 1.02. Pag nag 1.02 kasi nag-round up tayo. Okay, ng 2 decimal. Although, pag i-round up natin si 1.02, ay 1 lang din siya. Kasi hindi naman na makakadagdag si 0.02 eh. Kung i-whole number natin siya is still 1. So nasunod pa rin natin yung properties of probability distribution. Sabi ko nga, kailangan na din siyang magamit, no? It should be applicable kasi yun yung mga naunang lesson sa ating susunod na mga lesson. Yan yung unang step. Okay, step 1 natin, tandaan yung gagawin natin ng probability distribution. Then, represent natin kung ano yung meron dun sa number of spot na a-appear. Then, for step 2, we're going to multiply the value of a random variable x by the corresponding probability. Ayan. So, magdadagdag ulit tayo ng table. Another table from to the right. So, magkakaroon tayo dyan ng x times px or the random variable times the probability. So, yung x daw natin, ito, which is the number of spots, i-multiply natin sa probability. Isa-isa. Okay, so simulan natin. Paano ba siya ginagawa? Pakita nga natin kung paano siya ginagawa. Yan. So, napakadali lang yan, guys. Alam ko namang master nyo na yung multiplication. Yan. So, basically, ita-times nyo lang tong x tsaka px. Ayan. So, paano ba tayo mag-multiply ng whole number to fraction? So, basically, we're just papakialaman lang natin yung numerator, no? Kasi meron yung denominator sa ilalim na imaginary 1 therefore, ano, pag i-multiply natin siya as is. So, numerator lang to. So, maging numerator to. So, 1 times 1, ayan, 1 times 1, so we have 1. Then, copy lang natin yung denominator na 6. Ayan. Kaya nagkaroon tayo dito ng 1 over 6. Ganun lang guys. Isa-isahin lang natin. Another, pangalawang ano tayo, 2 times 1. So, 2 times 1, we have 2. Then, copy lang ulit natin yung ating denominator na 6. Kaya meron tayong 2 over 6. Okay? Then, next, we have 3 times 1. 3 over 6. 4 times 1, 4 over 6. 5 times 1 is 5 over 6. And 6 times 1 is 6 over 6. Basically, ganun lang siya ginagawa. Multiplication lang lahat yan, guys. So, baka malito pa tayo dyan, ha? So, minultiply lang natin lahat. Tandaan nyo lang tong ating formula sa taas. So, guide natin yan. Pag gumawa ka ng table at meron kayong ganyan, para guide kayo kung ano bang gagawin sa part na to. Ano ba ilalagay sa column na to. Okay? So, basically, you want to use this formula. Ayun yung step 2. Okay, i-multiply natin yung random variable sa ating probability. Always yun. Okay? Then, after nyan, we're going to add the result obtained step 2. So, ang nakuha nating sagot, i-add natin doon lahat. Then, anong meron dun sa sagot na yun? Ayan. Yun. So, basically, dahil common denominator silang lahat. Ayan, para silang denominator lahat, guys. So, i-add natin lahat yung nasa numerator. So, we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. We have the total of 21. So, 21 over 6 kasi common denominator lang silang lahat. So, therefore, meron tayong the summation of x times p of x or the probability is equal to 21 over 6. So, i-divide pa natin yan. So, 21 divided by 6. So, we have 3.5. So, ano pang 3.5 na to? So, anong meaning ng 3.5? Huh? What is the meaning of 3.5? Okay. So, sa 3.5, yung nakuha nating value, ay yun yung tinatawag na mean of the random variable. Okay, yung tinatawag na mean. So, ganun kumuha ng mean sa random variable. Okay? Hindi siya katulad nung, sabi ko nga, nung sa grades yung sa card, na pag i-add mo lang yun, tapos i-divide mo kung ilan yung subject, yan na yung mean. Pero dito, iba paano siya ginagawa. Tapos kailangan natin sundin yung tatlong step na to para makuha natin yung mean. Okay? So, yung 3.5, yung tinatawag na mean of the random variable of x. Or tinatawag din siyang the mean. Okay? Simply mean lang siya. Okay? Tinatawag na mean. Okay. So, or the mean of the probability distribution of x. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? What does the mean tell us? Ano ibig sabihin ng 3.5 na to? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Okay, so the mean tells us the average number of spot. So, ito yung sagot kanina dun sa tanong. Ano yung average spot? Okay, na mag-a-appear pag mag-roll tayo ng die. So basically, pag nag-roll pala tayo ng die, yung average number na lalabas doon ay 3.5. Although si 3.5 guys, no, yung average spot na yan ay hindi siya nakikita sa isang die. Tama? Si 3.5 is, may point pa siya, no? Hindi natin masasabing 3 talaga siya, hindi rin masasabi natin 4. So yun yung pinaka-average siya is 3.5. Although the die will never show a number which is 3.5. Hindi naman makikita sa die, di ba? Kasi yung die natin, meron lang tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Walang 3.5 doon. Hindi alam kung saan banda doon. So, but it implies, okay, that rolling a die many times, okay, the theoretical mean would be 3.5. So kahit mag-roll tayo ng die ng ilang beses, ayan, ilang beses natin i-roll yung die na yan. So basically, ano mangyayari dyan? So ito yung theoretical mean na lalabas pa rin. Okay, 3.5. Okay? Ay tinatawag na. So basically yan yung yung pinaka-title natin kasi kung paano mag-compute ng mean using the discrete random variable. So ganun yung gagawin natin. So ulitin natin So let's go back no. Ayan, first one guys, kailangan daw natin mag-construct ng probability distribution. Ilan yung number of spots, yung outcomes niya, then ilalagay natin sa probability. Then, step 2 natin, kailangan natin mag-multiply. Multiply natin yung first column to second column. Then, makukuha na natin siya. Ayan siya. Then, the last part, ika natin, i-add natin lahat. Okay, since they are both, common denominator sila. So, i-add natin agad lahat ng numerator, which is 21 over 6. Then, i-divide natin siya 3.5. So, 3.5 yung tinatawag nating mean. Okay? Or the mean of the random variable x or the probability distribution of x. So, ano ibig sabihin ng mean na yan, guys? Ay yung average number. Okay? Average number of spot that would appear when we roll a die. Okay, pag nag-roll tayo ng die, yan yung average spot. Okay, na lalabas. Although hindi siya nakikita dun sa die natin. But theoretically, 3.5 is our mean. Okay, so I hope it's clear na malinaw sa inyo tong lesson natin na to. So, paano pa nakuha yung mean? So, meron tayong formula in getting a mean or computing a mean of the probability distribution. So, the mean of a random variable with a discrete probability distribution. So, ayan, ito yung symbol natin for mean. Papansin nyo siya. Or kung sa science yan, it's a micro. Ayan. Okay. Micro yung tawag din sa science. No? Okay, dito, ganyan yung symbol niya. I think it's raw. Yeah. So, parang ganyan yung spell niya. Parang baliktad na, parang M na, parang something ganun. U. Ayan, parang U lang siya na extended. Okay, so paano mo kayo nakuha yung mean? So basically, pinag-add lang natin, di ba lahat? Kung nag-times tayo ng random variable times the probability, di ba? Multiply muna natin siya. Then pinag-add natin kada isa. So depende yan kung gaano karami yung in-add natin, kung ilan yung random variables. Or simply, ito lang siya. Summation na ng x times p of x. Summation na siya ng na multiply na random variable and the probability. Ayan yung formula kung paano kunin si mean. So I hope na maliwanag sa inyo to, makatulong sa inyo tong discussion na to answer your evaluation 3 and activity 3 in your module. So that's all guys. Thank you for listening and I hope you learned something. And I hope you learned something and if you have any question or clarification, pwede tayong mag-comment down below. And kung ano yung gusto nyo itanong, i-clarify nyo, medyo nahirapan kayo intindihin so that we can we can we can accommodate para ma-discuss natin sa inyo na maayos kung may something na malabo pa sa inyo. So I hope masagutan niyo yung ating activity and evaluation. I'll see you soon and see you next week and keep safe.